So, as most of the world and of course all of Canada found out that Mike Smith, who plays Bubbles on Trailer Park Boys, has been charged with a count of sexual assault involving a 2017 incident or alleged incident in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. A lot of people basically are reserving judgment because there's been not too much negativity in Mike's career besides a case in the states where he was charged with the domestic violence or like a felony violence case that was eventually dismissed. So for the five people out there who don't know Mike Smith's background or Bubbles, he's a Canadian actor, screenwriter, comedian, musician, best known for his portrayal of Bubbles, the pretty well the cart boy, and co-writer of the cult classic TV program, films and stage production Trailer Park Boys. He was also the guitarist for the Canadian rock band Sandbox, the Juno-nominated artist. A very literate guy, Smith earned a degree in English from St. Francis Xavier University in Antigonish. When Smith showed early signs of musical talent, he learned to play guitar at age 6. Before becoming involved in Trailer Park Boys, he was a guitarist in a rock band Sandbox and signed a major record deal with EMI in Canada and Network United States. Now, their song Curious got heavy rotation on Much Music. They released 2 albums with EMI and Network entitled Bionic and A Murder in the Glee Club. They were nominated for a Juno Award, East Coast Music Award, and a Casby Award. Now, Smith has worked on numerous films such as The Weight of Water as a sound mixer and Serendipity as a cable man. Later, Smith performed as part of Bubbles and the Shit Rockers, a band that also featured founding Rush guitarist Alex Lifeson and Tom Wilson for the original song Liquor and Whores, which was featured on the Trailer Park Boys the movie soundtrack, which has become a Canadian classic. A Trailer Park Boys episode also features Smith's character Bubbles, playing the 77 Rush track Closer to the Heart with Alex Lifeson. Now born either 1971 or 72 in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, he has been active in the entertainment industry since 1982 as either a musician or as an actor. Now, he has performed the song Liquor and Whores with Guns N' Roses on numerous occasions on their Chinese Democracy Tour in 06, 10, and 11. Now, when he came to the Trailer Park Boys universe, he had been a longtime friend of TPB director Mag Clattenburg and starred in Cartboy with Rob Wells, who played Ricky, and John Paul Trombley, who played Julian in 95. Smith was messing around the set one day and slipped in his Cartboy character from the short The Cartboy. Clattenburg apparently realized the depth the character held, and the Cartboy, now known as Bubbles, was written in the show. Bubbles was never intended to be a main character, but the more originally behaved, the more audience loved him, developing him to become a breakout character and his alter ego, the Green Bastard, the wrestler who was featured at a CCW wrestling card in New Brunswick just recently. Bubbles then became one of the 3 main protagonists, having established that he knew Julian and Ricky from school back in the late 70s to high school in the late 80s. Now, Smith made an appearance as Bubbles in Snow's 2002 music video Legal, but his swearing remained uncensored. He was also featured in Jordan Canyon's video for Drinkin' Thinkin', which showed Bubbles going after his girlfriend. Mike and the rest of the Trailer Park Boys appeared in a tragically hip video, The Darkest One, with Don Cherry and a bunch of cats. He also appeared in character as Bubbles at several Guns N' Roses shows, and he also opened a sports bar in 2008 along with 3 others called Bubba Ray's. Now, he was also involved in another bar, Bubbles Mansion, located in downtown Halifax. Unfortunately, it closed in March 2010 after 4 years of operation, a decision of management attributed to government hikes in minimum wage and minimum drink prices. Now, he also reunited with many of his former Trailer Park Boys castmates in a new series, The Drunken on Drugs Happy Fun Time Hour. The 6-episode series centers on the idea that a powerful narcotic derived from local berries transforms the cast, leading them to believe they are characters they're playing, including pirates, superheroes, a mafia family, and drug dealers. Trombley, Wells, and Smith, who created and scripted the show, performed in many scenes opposite themselves. It was directed by sitcom veteran Ron Murphy. Now, of course, he did the shit rock movie Standing on the Shoulders of Kiddies in 2024, which was produced by, of all things, Billy Bob Thornton. Now, Smith has said Today's view that Canadian humor is more in common with British humor than it does with American humor. He said, I think Canadians and Brits are willing to push the boundaries more than Americans. I'm a big fan of British stuff. I'm a big Noel Fielding fan, a big fan of League of Gentlemen. I've been a Monty Python disciple since he was a kid. Now, the charges in 2016, he was arrested in LA on suspicion of misdemeanor domestic battery. The alleged victim, who was not the person who called the police, released a statement in support of Smith and the charges were dropped. However, on October 2nd, 2025, he was charged by the Halifax Regional Police with sexual assault relating to an incident that allegedly occurred in December 2017. Like I said, we'll see what happens there. Now, the new season of Trailer Park Boys is supposed to be coming out in 2026. It seemed to be a lot of momentum for Trailer Park Boys. Now, Standing on the Shoulders of Kitties wasn't the big hit that was expected in 2024, even though it was basically a tribute to his love of cats and rock and roll. Now, it only made $210,000 at the box office, but it's doing well in streaming throughout North America as we speak. Now, he co-starred the movie with all people: Billy Bob Thornton, Ronnie Wood, Eric Burden, Martin Freeman, and Robert Sheehan, and of course members of Cheap Trick. Now, Derek Chen of Spectrum Culture didn't like it, called the film a late contender for the worst movie of the year. However, Michael Talbot Haynes of Film Threat gave the film a 9.5 out of 10, writing, we finally have a movie set in the Trailer Park Boys universe. They're so good it rises above being a companion piece to the show and a great motion picture in his own right. And just like Bubbles, whether you like him or not, is still Bubbles. Now, see, the idea about charges, we've had some major accusations in sexual assault to major Canadian stars in recent years. Jaco Holgard, John Gameshi. We really don't know exactly what situation would present itself where Mike would do something like that or be alleged of something like that. Even if he's innocent, you got to protect your situation as much as possible, not to involve yourself in situations that could come back to haunt you. Now, are the Trailer Park Boys a billion-dollar franchise? No. Basically, they just do stuff. It's almost like, a more R-rated version of the Beachcombers, but in the Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, and the characters are basically getting along in the tooth. Now, you're seeing some weird things going on right now. It's basically not really trending today, if that makes any sense. So I don't know exactly if the people don't really believe it yet, but nobody's saying it's a Me Too movement and stuff like that. If anything else is more saying, is this real? Because some people are thinking it was the other guys like Wells and Trombley that were charged. No, it's, people, and when Mike Smith is getting more and more like Bubbles, he plays Bubbles easier now because he's turning into Bubbles. So, I don't know what's going to be happening with the case. We'll try to keep you updated. But for what he's done, Mike Smith is an interesting career. That's what I'm saying. So if he allegedly made bad decisions, it's not me for me or anybody else to judge. Let the court decide. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here, we're a screenshots and remote control podcast. Let us know in a like, comment, subscribe, or share.